Hello, everyone. Today we'll be talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. My name is Nikki.
I'm Jaylene.
My name is Faisal.
So to start, we are going to introduce some crypto terminology and vocab words that we will see throughout the presentation. So to start, cryptocurrency is a decentralized digital asset. It is meant to be a more efficient medium of exchange or store of value. A wallet is an electronic address, a place for a person to store, send, and receive their cryptocurrency securely. Decentralized is a word we'll hear a lot. It means that it is not owned or controlled by a single entity, central authority, or government. Blockchain is the underlying technology of Bitcoin. It records and verifies all transactions on a public ledger. And a ledger is a place where crypto transactions are recorded and sent from address to address. So in this photo here, we see two people transferring funds to each other, and the miners verify that transaction. Continuing, mining is a network of computers seen on the right, for example, that use their computing power to find and mine the Bitcoin, which makes it secure. Halving is an event that cuts the mining reward in half. It occurs every 4 years and causes a deflationary effect. Bitcoin has a limited supply of 21 million Bitcoins. For example, right now, one Bitcoin is valued at $10,000, but the price fluctuates. Fiat is government-issued currency that is not backed by a physical commodity such as gold, so like the US dollar. Altcoins are alternative forms of cryptocurrency, such as Ethereum or XRP. What is Bitcoin? So it is a decentralized form of currency. It is electronic money with no physical cash and a limited supply. It uses blockchain technology, alternative to fiat money, and unlocked by miners who verify the transactions. So to the right, we see the difference between centralized and decentralized banks and the crypto network. How it is used. So here are 3 ways you can send and receive value. So you can purchase from an exchange such as Coinbase or Binance and keep the crypto on an exchange wallet or a private hardware wallet seen to the right. This is a nano ledger. It is also a store of value, like an investment portfolio. So one of the great things about Bitcoin is that it is divisible. So one Bitcoin is currently $10,000 about, but for example, you can purchase just like $100 US dollars of Bitcoin and it would be 0.0095. And it is accepted by some online retail stores, like our professor mentioned, but recently Coinbase partnered with Visa to make spending your crypto more accessible through a Visa card. And the history of Bitcoin, so it was created out of the financial crisis in 2009 by an unknown person or group, Satoshi Nakamoto. And Satoshi Nakamoto introduced the idea through the white paper, which is seen right here, posted it to a forum, and it introduced blockchain technology. And Bitcoin was the original and first cryptocurrency. Right here, we have a chart of the price from 2013 to now. So we see here the peak was December 2017 at 20,000, and it has been, we don't know where it will go.
So Bitcoin issuance. So because Bitcoin has a fixed monetary supply, people have the ability to identify the inflation rate at a given point in time. So the total Bitcoin supply is 21 million, and we currently have 18 million in circulation, with expected to unlock all 21 million Bitcoin at the year of 2041, with the inflation rate of 0. As you can see in the picture here, the red line shows the inflation rate, while the blue line shows the circulation, the number of Bitcoin in circulation right now. So because there's this concept called the halving, which basically halves the rewards of the Bitcoin mined throughout every block. This concept basically occurs every 4 years, and it emphasizes its value and the deflationary effect of it. So moving on, blockchain, how it works. So basically, blockchain is a shared public decentralized ledger that records and verifies transactions. So it's basically people receiving Bitcoin. Miners are nodes within the network. They see the transaction, verifies them, then other nodes confirm the transaction, and so on. So miners basically creates blocks and verify transactions using their computational power to solve mathematical equation. So moving on to the next slide, that last point links into proof of work, which I'm going to explain in a second. But to understand blockchain from Bitcoin's perspective is basically implementing Bitcoin's protocol, broadcasting transaction, only accepting signed transactions, no overspending, and doing all of the above by trusting computational power instead of central authority. Proof of work, as I mentioned it before, proof of work is basically miners nodes within the network using their computational power to solve mathematical equations. As soon as those equations are solved, a block gets created. And block gets created every 10 minutes, and so transactions take about 10 minutes on average to confirm and verify and go through. It's important to note out that crypto is still maturing as an industry, and so there's a lot of scalability to be done to the platform. And as the mining equipment develops more and more, we'll see more efficiency and expansion within the blockchain itself. So 10 minutes could get much better within the progress of time. So fees. The image of the transaction on the bottom right shows that 44,000 Bitcoin was transferred from one address to another with a 32 cents. Just to put it into an idea here, 44,000 Bitcoin is an equivalent of $310 million. And that money got moved with 32-cent fees. And fees are one of the main key factors that attracts like volatile investors into the market, and because of the ease and efficiency of moving one value to another successfully and efficiently. And yeah.
Okay, so how it compares to our current money banking system. The current money banking system right now is centralized, which means that the central banks track payments and use third parties, while Bitcoin uses the blockchain. Bitcoin is also inflation resistant, while the US dollar consistently faces inflation. The US dollar loses value every year, but Bitcoin prevents this by having a supply limit. Bitcoin is also digital, while right now we're using fiat physical cash. Cash has become outdated and inconvenient, and people are really taking a liking to credit cards or things like Venmo, where you can send money digitally. Transactions are also anonymous through Bitcoin, while the banks right now record everyone's transactions with their names attached. Bitcoin is anonymous, but the transactions are visible to everyone. There's also, it's more secure and there's not as much risk, while banks sometimes experience failure or hyperinflation. So value can't be taken away if banks lose depositor funds. It avoids a bank collapse. And overall, it's just faster and cheaper, while right now, if you try to send money to another country, it could become slow and expensive to send. Other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is the oldest and largest digital asset. Since its creation, there have been over 5,000 alternative cryptocurrencies, which are called altcoins. Each token has a unique characteristic and can be used to solve different problems in money transfer. They store wealth of value, and they have smart contracts. The largest altcoins by market capital are Ethereum, XRP, and Tether. So as a summary, the advantages are that it's decentralized, there's no need for a bank or clearinghouse, there's low fees, and it's a faster way to send value. It's inflation resistant, it's a 24/7 market with no restrictions, and it's more advanced. Accounts cannot be frozen, there's no prerequisites or arbitrary limits for how much you send, receive, buy, sell, or hold. And most importantly, it's open to all. It includes all global populations who don't have access to the current money banking system, which is about 39% of the total population.
Thanks,
And
Paul.
here are our sources.